Welcome to the Patty Bandwagon Show, episode 33 for the third time. Pennatrator.
33 and a third.
33 and a third. Pennatrator, do you want to try to explain why it's a third time the Patty Bandwagon Show is trying to do episode 33?
Well, our listeners have enough time.
Well, it's called Cliff Notes. One, when we did Dog for President, we were so excited that we did a second show on the same day, and I did a rookie mistake and didn't put the card in.
Well, you recorded it, took it out, and then forgot to put it back in. And then we recorded again, but then the cord went out. So...
Oh, yeah, we've been having technical difficulties.
Oh, shipping difficulties.
Shipping
ridiculous.
difficulties. Yeah. Just FYI, for all you people that do shows, podcasts, music, whatever, if you have to get equipment for podcasts or shows, it takes a little bit to get anything from the Guitar Center.
Yeah, it's an exercise in your patience.
Definitely. For all of you in Reno, it is the store I'm talking about is on South Virginia. I was there approximately 1 o'clock. They opened at 12. They only had 5 people outside the building, but they're not allowing that many people in. So be patient. That's all I have to say. I had to practice.
For St. Jpaddy.
I am not a saint for trying to get a cord. Shouldn't break the cord in the first place. But anyway, it's good to have everyone back. I don't know. C-Steam team, I've missed you.
Yeah, he was asking about us, seeing if we're still around. So,
is he really that concerned?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes to listen. He likes his weekly show.
Pennatrator, you're definitely a pusher when getting me to do the show. Is it mainly because of C-Steam?
No, because I like the show.
Well, no, I liked it doing it too. Being real, we talk to each other all the time. Why do we have to record it? Who else is listening? C-Steam. Anybody else?
C-Steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coworkers. Other coworkers of other people.
Other coworkers of other people. Ooh, I'm not going to dig any deeper, but that's intriguing.
Oh, yeah. I like the show too.
So in the episode that did not get recorded, I really went off about The Last Dance because of how I felt about Michael Jordan.
Yes.
What did you take from that rant that I gave to you that time?
That you love Michael Jordan, and he is the reason why you do shit you do is because of him.
Yes. That's very true.
Did I get that right?
Yeah. I'll say that. I will say that I'm a little short and brash when it comes to certain things that I really want to happen. And I think that MJ was kind of the same way, and I think that's where I got it. Yeah,
and what did I say? Yeah, to be a champion, you got to get up and you got to do it. So you can't just sit back. So that's what I motivated you to get back on the horse on the second go around of the third episode. So the 33 episode. So yeah.
The 33rd.
I used that.
The 33 and a third one.
33rd and
this
2.
Is the third or second third, whatever. So Pennatrator, I want you more to be like Phil Jackson. I want you to be the guy I'm Jordan, you're Phil Jackson. You're the coach, okay. I'm the great player, okay? And how you need to use yoga and inspirational type meditation type tactics to get MJ focused. I think that's a good way to look at this.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The Pennatrator is Phil Jackson.
Okay. So if, we're going to win some championships with this show, when you move on to win other championships with the next MJ, and by the way, I am no MJ. I don't have a trophy case.
Do you want me to start looking for the next Kobe?
Yes. Well, no, that would be Jerry Krause. You didn't watch enough of The Last Dance, but Jerry Krause was that person. He's the guy who found Kukoc and Pippen and Horace Grant, and then he got totally teabagged in the rest of the show he looked like a big Well, actually, short asshole. He's like 5'4", 210 pounds, and just looked like a big dork in the whole documentary. But
okay.
So yes, you are the Phil Jackson of the Patty Bandwagon Show.
Right.
I don't know if Phil Jackson wants to be known as being compared to the Pennatrator, but who cares?
Oh, I'm sure he can meditate his way into there somewhere.
Dude, he's that type of guy. He can figure out how to make anything look positive. He made Dennis Rodman look positive. Do you happen to know who Rodman dated back in the late 90s during those championship runs?
No.
Do you remember the name Carmen Electra?
Yes.
So during this documentary, Pennatrator, Rodman had to leave a playoff run to go to Vegas to just get his partying out for 2 days. And Phil Jackson let him do it. Phil, Michael, Scotty, they all okayed it. He pretty much went with Carmen Electra, and they partied it up. The funny part about it is, MJ knew that Dennis is probably going to be late to practice on that day he was due back, so he literally went to go pick up Dennis. And
Awesome.
And evidently they were like on a bender. Carmen Electra's in the room. Here's the knock. They hear it's Michael. She goes and hides in the corner, and literally Michael Jordan just pulls Dennis Rodman out of there to get him to practice.
So it was like fucking get him to the Greek.
Totally. Oh, totally. He was rubbing the furry walls. Yes.
Hey, so everybody's got their own release, I guess.
Well, and that's why I'm going to let this lie after this, but you want to be Phil Jackson because Phil Jackson somehow worked. Obviously, MJ, Scotty, they had that championship character. Rodman had a championship character as well because they talk about every time he got on the court, he was ready to play. He was always the one that played harder than everyone, and that's kind of why he made it where he did. But he also had that other side where he had to let loose. And Phil let him do it. He's like, I don't do it myself, but I know he needs it, and he allowed it to happen. True leadership.
Yeah, that's a true leader right there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's knowing everybody on your team, right? So he knows some people need it and some people don't. So yeah. As long as you're performing and getting your stuff done at the end of the day, it's good. It's just like some people need to work from home and some don't, So
that's true. That is very true. Mm-hmm. Obviously, while we've been gone, I've been obsessed with The Last Dance, but now that we're moving, now that it's over, and I need something else to try to occupy my sports time, Pennatrator live sports is starting to come back. Have you heard of any of it?
Yeah, no, some things are happening. Things are rolling around. So
have you watched any of it?
No.
No NASCAR, no UFC. The first golf event was last weekend. There's one coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, I didn't. That's all I was saying. I didn't have a chance. I couldn't find it, and I wasn't really looking for it. But I did kind of want to watch it. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't have TV, and
you totally you've really cut the cord, haven't you?
Oh yeah. There's fucking. I'm streaming, but it's been like 2 years, and I've been fine with it. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could have hooked up my antenna again and done it that way. But it's once you get used to it, totally fine.
Totally. No, so I've half-assed cutting the cord. And I wanted to bring this up in previous episodes, but I haven't really got the chance. Pennatrator, I want to ask you, as far as cutting the cord, what are the main apps that you watch?
Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and HBO.
Ooh, HBO. That's a curveball. I would have never thought HBO.
Yeah,
now,
that one.
Through Hulu, do you have any live service?
No.
So
zero live service.
Everything you have is pre-recorded.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
yeah, well, that's fine. There's so much shit out there to watch. even old stuff. You know what I'm watching right now that's actually kind of fun?
What's
fucking
that?
hilarious is Community.
Community. Which app is that on?
That's on Netflix. The whole series is on there.
What? I've never watched that before. Can you give me a general rundown of what it's about?
It's like old school, but for community college into a series.
Oh, so it's about community college. Is that what it's about?
Yep. Oh yeah. But it's more like a junior college where they actually live there. I mean, we call it junior college. They call it community college, whatever.
Okay.
But yeah. So there's good. I mean, obviously Chevy Chase, the main guy that dropped out. So he has to go. Well, he didn't. He was a lawyer, but he defrauded his bar and everything, and they caught him. But they're saying that you can get your shit back, but you got to go to school and get it. So
Chevy Chase is in this.
Yeah, he's in every episode. Oh, and Chang, Mr. Chang from Hangover.
Oh,
he's in it. So. Obviously, I didn't watch it when it first came out, but I was like, oh, I've heard mixed reviews about it. It's one of those shows you just throw it on the background, you can watch it, you don't have to fucking pause or anything. But it's good.
That's one of my main issues. Is like I haven't been watching as much TV. Period. Now that you've gotten me into video games and stuff like that, so I'm just not watching as much as I used to. School's occupying me a lot. I'm getting outside, whatever. I can't just put a show on to kind of watch in the background.
Oh, no, I don't do that. I mean, I'll watch like a couple episodes a night, but it's not like I have to watch it. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to be so attentive towards it to keep, to stay with the show.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like fucking Game of Thrones where you got to know the character, make sure you watch it. Like you can't you have like a 2-week gap in there because you forget what the fuck was going on. I mean, you just throw it on and it's on.
So now I feel like this is kind of like episode 1 because we're going off into the weeds or on a tangent. But whatever, I got to tell you about a show that I want to recommend for you. I don't know if I'm going to watch Community because it's hard for me to just watch a show like 10 episodes. I think I get kind of bored of it. Unless it's super good. But I do want you to watch on Netflix a documentary about mushrooms.
I already watched it. The acid one?
Have a Good Trip, Adventures in Psychedelics?
Yeah, I already watched it.
What did you think? If you guys saw the look, he thought it was average.
It was average. I mean, it wasn't... it was kind of like made for people... that never done anything, trying to normalize it. It's fine.
Well,
but yeah.
All right. I'm going to give one side story before we move on a little bit. You remember the part Ben Stiller was in this? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So I watched on the day Jerry Stiller died.
Oh.
Yeah. So that part of the episode kind of hit me hard because I'm going through it. I had an edible just to kind of get me in the mood. And just to make, I don't know, I feel like you either got to get super drunk or like have some sort of substance on you to kind of comprehend a little bit more what they're talking. Exactly. Interactive.
That's what I probably should have done.
So anyway, I didn't know Ben Stiller was in it, and all of a sudden it gets to the point where it was his first time on, I think, acid, and he was on having a horrible trip. I think he was in a marathon or something. But anyway, he calls his dad, Jerry, to be like, oh, I've really messed up. And he's tripping out, and he decides to call his father.
I'll do that.
I would never do anything. That would be the last person I would call. Like, I might call the hospital before I call my parents or some close family that I don't want to know that I'm on substances.
Quick, I know we're in the weeds. We're gonna move on. But,
no, well, I was talking about smoking weed. Anyway,
a fucking good documentary is L.A. Originals.
Ooh, I have watched some of that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's all.
That was good. Yeah, that's good. Kobe's in that. That one was freaking out.
Kobe Kobe's in everything. He was in The Last Dance, too. Somehow we're getting Kobe in everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we're back on the... now that we're back on the sports topic. So anyway, I was telling you, Penetrators, some sports are coming up. For instance, NASCAR was this weekend without any fans. It did not seem any different to me. I understand why they appreciate fans being there, but as far as the competitive part of NASCAR and auto racing, I don't think it really affects the drivers. I don't think crowd noise affects drivers. No.
Not in racing.
No, because if you're worried about the fans, you're going to crash and die. That's pretty much how it's going to work if you're worried about shit like that.
Well, if you're racing and you can hear the fans, that means you're broke the fuck down and you're not going to win anything.
Right. So I'm not sure how this hiatus in racing affected drivers. There was a crash, I want to say, on the second lap where this dude, evidently, according to their analysts, totally messed up and he ate shit in the first 2 laps. Okay. Yeah. Maybe he wasn't driving normally during this break. Maybe he was quarantining just as much as I was. I don't know.
So the simulator too much.
Dude, well, the simulator's like the best thing for racers. That's where F1 finds all their quality drivers is through simulators. So it shouldn't change them for one bit. But funny stories are starting to really come out. There are stories that we're never going to hear again because of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
The first one we talked about before the show. In Korea, they have professional baseball going on right now. The first country to have organized sports. What's their first main issue that comes out in the news? Fake fans in the stands. They put dolls in the stands.
Are they dolls or mannequins?
I think a mannequin is a modern day doll, so you could say both. When you watch the games at 2:30 Pacific AM, because that's when the games are on, you would see fake fans behind home plate. And they had masks. These dolls, mannequins had masks on.
Why? Why would they? Why? What would be the point? I mean,
they are really trying to push the point that they have fans in the stands and they might be real.
Did they import the sound too?
So, yes, you could hear the sound of the game, but there was no cheering. The only cheering you did hear is obviously from each dugout. The issue of this was these dolls were sex dolls.
Were they used? Did the players bring their own?
So this is still a developing story, Pennatrator. We don't know if they have been used or not. But the league was punished. And I don't know why the league was punished, but they were. Maybe they didn't want to ruin the integrity of the league.
That has nothing to do with the sport itself. That's so stupid.
It is pretty stupid. And then the news story that just came out today. Now, this isn't something brand new, but it's still super funny. So here in the United States, a certain NFL team has their naming rights that they're willing to sell. The New Orleans Saints took a bid for $15 million to an organization called Stripchat for naming rights.
So they sold the naming rights of
It's a bid. It's a bid. So what the New Orleans Saints are taking bids on to rename what is now known as the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Oh, the stadium. They're taking marketing bids for the stadium.
Naming rights, yes. So they're trying to sell the naming rights for extra money. And this porn company called Stripchat they're throwing in a bid for $15 million.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get it. But it's funny that they tried.
What if that bid is, how much do they have to bid to get it?
Oh, it's on approval.
It is on approval. Yeah, but everyone has a price. How much do they have to go up?
This better be $1 billion.
Yeah, I bet. I don't know if there's any porn company out there that can throw out $100 million naming right bid, but what if they could? Like, are we to that point yet where even as a big organization?
Oh my God. The NFL just barely released what is it? Marijuana regulations on the season.
Yeah.
Just barely. You think they're going to let a stadium be named a strip club?
Whoa. Hey.
Strip chat?
Look, the NFL, they're putting out marijuana regulations. They've now accepted having a pro team in Las Vegas. So they've thrown gambling out the window. Prostitution and porn isn't that far behind. That's kind of where I'm going with this.
So what do you think then?
I know that.
Okay. I mean, it would have to be like 3 times the highest bid for it to even be considered.
I'm being extremely sarcastic with this. I don't think that can happen. But
I don't think it can happen either.
I don't know. So as we talked in our pre-show today, this isn't even the first time a pornographic organization has went for a bid. Bang Bros, they went for naming rights in Miami for the Miami Heat arena. And they threw out something like a $10 million bid. They didn't get it, but it's just funny to me. These type of organizations, they got some balls. Literally.
Yeah. Well, they're not afraid. They're not afraid to put their balls out there.
No. Isn't that? Look, you'd expect it from them. They go hard. They go hard and deep. Yeah. They go for it. It doesn't.
They're gonna rub you the wrong way.
They're not scared to rub you the wrong way. They're actually paid professionals of rubbing you the right way.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my! So, yeah, we'll see if the Saints get rubbed the right way and have Stripchat as their main stadium sponsor. But on that note, Pennatrator, what sporting event were you going to talk about that's coming up this weekend?
Speaking of strippers and hookers,
there you go.
Tiger Woods is going to be playing this weekend.
Oh yeah, a sex addict.
Oh yeah.
So
it's a 2-on-2. It's kind of like an exhibition, just get some viewership, and it's Woods and Manning Peyton versus Mickelson and Tom Brady. So
okay.
Four greats, two in 2 different sports, right?
Correct.
So that's this weekend's Are
you gonna take time to watch some of this?
I'll probably try to watch the highlights. It's the thing. If Manning and Brady do really good in this, it's gonna kill professional golf, right? Because anybody can do this.
They're not going to do that good. There's no way.
So they better make sure that they show all of their strokes and all that stuff. So, but this article.
Oh, is the story of the week this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Go ahead and go through the story of the week, and then I'll add some commentary to this.
Okay,
and now it's time for the Pennatrator story of the week. We're at a practice on the boop 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 part.
All right, so this story of the week is Tiger Woods versus Mickelson's tail of the tape. So they're even throwing in tail of the tape with this one. How Tom Brady, Peyton Manning stack up in all these phases. So the handicap, right? Mm-hmm. So here we go. So Woods is obviously better than Mickelson. And
Hey. Can I stop you for a second on that? Now, Mickelson and Woods have already played once in a heads-up match, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It was
yeah,
I think it was over Thanksgiving.
Was that last year? No, it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Tiger
Woods. It was
Woods.
kind of a flop. Yeah, it was a skins game. It was kind of a flop, but a lot of people watched it. You have to start somewhere with something, revolutionary like that. So I think this is going to kind of go in the same thing.
Right. So let me just add a comment into this part real quick. I was super excited for this because it was a high-stakes skins game where obviously a lot of money is involved. Yeah, it was supposed to go to charity, but we're talking like $300,000, $400,000 holes kind of thing. And I was excited to hear the shit talk. The shit talk between Mickelson and Woods. And in the first 9 holes of this, there was no talking because the money part of this really made them focus and they weren't really talking to each other. So that was an aspect that kind of kicked me out of it. But on that note, go ahead.
Okay, so actually in this story, they do have trash talk as tail to tape. So, okay, so I'll ask you this. Who do you think between Woods and Mickelson has a higher grade?
As far as a trash talker?
As a trash talker.
I would guess Tiger.
Okay. So they have Mickelson A-, Wood E-. So they're giving Mickelson more of a trash talk, which makes sense because Tiger Woods, he's not a very good. He's great, but he's not a good talker.
No.
You know what I mean? Like when he's like, if you ever see him at like children's like events or training things or get a train Tiger Woods, he's like, oh, this is what I do, and he fucking just rips off some balls and he's like, if you want to do this, watch me and do that, and he's kind of
yeah. Well, and I've heard some of the conversations they've had even before this, and the trash talk sucks. But the main thing I remember that I know you will remember too is how Dave Chappelle mocked Tiger Woods in the minority draft, where he's like, I'm so happy to say for shizzle. That's how yeah, exactly. Dave Chappelle kind of nailed it right off the bat as far as Tiger's trash talking.
Yeah. So, but the good thing is now you have Manning and Brady. So you have Woods and Manning, Manning's going to be the trash talker, and then you have Mickelson and Brady because Brady's kind of retarded too.
I'm happy you brought this part up. So obviously you have the 2 golfers on the one side. I don't know how much trash talking goes on a golf course. I know how much I trash talk when I'm on a golf course, but I'm not a good golfer. So I'm totally out of it. But I'm just saying the Manning-Brady aspect, they're getting shit talked to them left and right by all football players. We're not talking just quarterbacks. We're not talking just kickers. All sides of the spectrum. So their trash talk game is going to be way ahead of Mickelson and Woods. Like, they should give them lessons before they even start this.
Oh, yeah. So Manny's just witty anyway, so he's definitely going to win that thing. So
between Manning and Brady?
This format. What's that?
Are you talking Manning and Brady and trash talking?
I'm talking Manning by himself is a good trash talker.
Oh, yes. Who do you think's a better trash talker between Brady and Manning?
Manning for sure.
Why?
Oh my God, because Brady's retarded.
Okay.
He's just.
I just think Brady might have a little bit more material to trash talk with, and maybe we just like he does. Brady also, both Brady and Manning look like the guy. Oh, they get knocked down and they'll be like, "Oh, good hit." Like I don't see any of them being that throwing a one-liner that kills you.
I can, dude. I can tell you the story right here, and you only have to watch the tournament.
Okay.
Brady is gonna just say that he's won more Super Bowls than Manning, and keep fucking saying it all the time. So that's there you go. There's the show. There's the weekend, and then Woods has got more on Mickelson. So there you go.
So if I were to advise these participants where to go if they're going to trash talk, I have a topic for each one of them to poke at each other. For instance, if I'm talking shit to Peyton Manning, one, you can bring up his HGH allegations. Two, you can bring up how the sexual abuse charge in college happened to him. With Tom Brady, you can always bring up Spygate, all those shenanigans. And by the way, he needed a killer to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Hernandez. So I bring that shit up.
All Manning has to do on the very first hole, very first play is just reach over and make sure his ball isn't deflated.
See? No, that'd be a cheesy, funny joke that I hope happens. And obviously, if I'm talking shit to Tiger Woods, come on. Like, just bring up porn star names and be like, hey, you're scoring all the time, right? You know, like, there's so much you can bring up to Tiger. And then Phil has the hottest wife out of all of them, and you just pretty much say how everyone's hooked up with her.
Wait, who's Brady married to?
Did I say Brady or Phil Mickelson? I meant Phil Mickelson.
You said Mickelson. Yeah, you said Mickelson.
Mickelson has... that's right. Brady's got game in there, too. I forgot about Brady's wife. But, yeah. I bet your wives and girlfriends are probably definitely off the... Well, Brady... Okay, here's the thing about Brady. You can bring up Brady's wife, but he's not going to talk shit back because Brady's wife has him by the balls. She makes more money than he does. That's another thing I bring up to Brady. I'd be like, hey, how's your sugar mama? You know, like, there's so much stuff you could say, but we're not going to hear any of it.
No, we won't hear none of it. It's interesting to see. We'll see if this format works. I'm going to
watch a little bit of it, and that's how I'm treating. That's how I'm treating most sporting events right now. Like, I don't plan on watching it for the entire event like I would a true live event. But I'm going to give it, I promise, I'll give it 15 minutes. And if it drags me in, that means the shit talk's going good.
All right. So I know you've watched some events already. What is the biggest event that you want to watch without fans? It's like, what is the thing you're like, I don't care if there's fans or not. I'm going to watch this no matter what. What's that going to be?
Pennatrator. We're like at the year anniversary of the greatest hockey team of all time winning the Stanley Cup. There are legitimate stories coming out that there's a chance hockey's going to come back in a 24-team format playoff system. So they're saying that they're like nothing's set in stone, as we all know. But they are saying they're in talks of having hockey playoffs by July. And if that happens, yes, fans help. But hockey's a different animal. You don't need fans there to see the aggression. And this is the point before you brought this up I wanted to bring up. One of the coolest things of watching sports right now without fans, like I haven't heard this in English yet, but you can hear the players talking shit.
See, now that would be fucking good.
Right.
You're actually you're in the game.
Right. You're actually hearing what they're saying on the field. So, like, once we get baseball, hockey, when you start hearing what they're actually saying, and if the networks don't dub it out, that will be something we'll never hear again. And so cool.
And you'll be able to hear the hits, or like even in baseball, like the hit,
the crack of the bat,
the crack of the bat, the smack of the glove. Just think about that in hockey, where you know how loud it was without the fans, and you take that out of it, and you could really into the game with like in the play. Well, you got to turn down the commentators; they'll be more loud than anything. You won't be able to hear shit. But yeah, that will be good.
Well, that's the thing. Like in UFC, there's no way you could turn the commentators down enough. You could still hear the conversations going on around the ring, and that was kind of it was downplayed. But now when we get to team sports, and specifically in hockey, where when you're playing a 7-game series against another team and you're hitting, like those guys, hockey, they all sound like sailors. Tons of F-bombs. Like, we're going to learn some things. We're going to learn a language that we have never heard before, and I will master it. I'm going to become an instructor of because of the trash talk and what kind of real shit talk you can say when you're super pissed and getting laid out every 3 minutes by the same dude on the other team. I will love hockey probably more without fans. Not true.
Nice.
But
Bah.
on that note, it's a reason why to like live sports without fans. Whatever makes us feel better, but hockey's going to be fun. And shit talk is fun too, and we're going to hear a lot of it if all these sports start coming back. And if these networks better not dub it out, because that's going to be that's what's going to make people watch. We're going to learn that Tom Brady does swear. He says asshole, and that's about it. But Pennatrator, episode 33 and the third. It was a good episode.
We made it.
We made it.
Did it.
We barely made it. One day, maybe. Yes, our content is great, but maybe we need some cheesy merchandise where we put masks on our face and promote Patty bandwagon merchandise like that. COVID masks. What do you think about that? Are we late on the game there?
Oh, we ain't doing that stupid shit.
Whatever. I believe in being safe. Penetrator doesn't.
I'm not a virtue signaler. When you need to wear your mask, you need to wear your mask. You're not an idiot. I don't need to fucking tell people that, make sure you wear your mask because you care.
That's not the issue.
Stupid.
But when you wear a mask, shouldn't it say Patty Bandwagon Show across the front? Nah, fuck that. We're already past it. We've missed the boat on that. Yeah. Or maybe we haven't. We don't know that yet. But episode 33 and the third was great. I don't know if it was as good as Naked Gun, but we know.
That's good.
Yes. _Penetrator approves. You can find him on Instagram. Is that right, Penetrator?
Yeah. My numbers are ticking up. Yeah.
Are you still at 90?
Penetrator on Instagram.
You had a week where your followership went up 30%.
Oh, yeah. It's getting there. And this is going to help.
Hey, before we go, I got to release this. I have been tracking _Penetrator's followers, and a lot of them are questionable.
like bots?
Like, we got some bots. You got some hot females that don't have any followers that are starting to follow you. Oh, it's fantastic. But now... But now you can find Patty Bandwagon Show at pattybandwagonshow.com. It actually works. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on iTunes. And guess what? You can find it on YouTube. There's a Patty Bandwagon Show page on YouTube. I don't know how our...
Nice.
Yeah. But Penetrator had issues trying to find it, so I bet you will too. Anyway, Penetrator, I forget how to end the show. How do we do this?
Bye.
Oh, that was